Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Psychic Tarot Angel Oracle. My name is ASTRAEA Love, and I'm going to do a reading for you guys today. So make sure you're familiar with my legal disclaimer. It is in the description box below. But by watching my videos, you're agreeing to the contract of being in control of yourself, being responsible for yourself, and with any of the information being channeled. Please be on your best behavior because the Most High God is watching and the Holy Spirit is listening. By watching my videos, you're agreeing to not attack, bully, or persecute me for my calling. Also, this contract includes gatekeeping, shadow banning, and the copywriting of my messages. Everything said on this platform is copyrighted by God and the Holy Spirit. So don't steal messages from them. So now as I call upon your personal favor, God, I would like to ask that you and the archangel, specifically Archangel Michael, would please block out anyone or anything that would try to negatively influence or impact this reading in any way. I pray for the highest light, the highest wisdom, and the highest truth to be revealed to me and my collective, and I pray for all of my subscribers. So now as I call upon your personal favor, please continue to grant me protection and safety while I work here on the earth. Thank you for blessing me and my subscribers, and thank you for your favor, Heavenly Source, and for your unfailing love. Thank you for healing the sick and creating miracles. In your holy name, Lord my God, I give gratitude and thanks. I pray into thy holy presence and meditate upon your divine will. Amen. Okay. All right. I hope you guys are having a good day. Welcome in, Sharon. Welcome everybody coming into the chat. So I hope you guys are having a beautiful day, a peaceful day. Let's see what's in the energy. So I'm using the Guardian Angel Messages Tarot just because I like it so much. We're going to go ahead and cut the deck and then see what we've got. So something could be slipping through somebody else's fingers. I just felt the energy of like something, like when you feel like something's slipping through your fingers. The Emperor, I'm like looking at what he's got in his hand there. Okay, so you're holding the energy of the Emperor, which is organization, leadership, and structure. You may not even be a masculine energy, but you're still showing up as masculine. And it could be because you are defending your energy at this time. I just heard somebody is feeling like luck is slipping through their fingers, or they feel like they've done something, whatever they've done, that whatever they were trying to gain from you is slipping through their fingers. They're losing hold of it. Yeah, you're protected. The Nine of Fire, you are protected by the angelic realm at this time. I mean, I would like to say always, but God allows certain things to happen so that we can learn to grow from that experience. This is literally talking about prep. You could be seeing 444. Yeah. This is talking about protection, being prepared, and being resilient. So you're prepared for anything that these people have that they're going to bring to you as any type of drama. The King of Fire, inspiration, charismatic, and innovative. So again, showing up as a masculine energy, still your energy, but it's just showing that why people are looking at you is because you're inspirational, you're charismatic, and you're innovative. You have a different way of thinking of things, and that could really benefit people. I feel like the person that is going to be in the energy is somebody who was trying to change the way that you're viewed by others. Yeah, they were hoping that others would basically move on from you and that your ships would never come in. But I'm telling you, this is relief, hope, and moving on. You could be literally moving on from a situation where you were having to be the boss. This could be you having to like co-parent a child with somebody, or that partner not even being in the picture and you having to play the masculine and feminine role for your children. This also could just be talking about you're a boss, like point blank period. Somebody wants to be your boss, but you are the boss. The Nine of Air, somebody that's definitely not, they're not sleeping. They're losing sleep. They're in negativity and they're having sleepless nights. I feel like somebody stays up all night obsessing over your energy and over what you're doing in your life. And like, really, I feel like you're sleeping. When this person is up, you're asleep. King of Earth, prosperous, generous, successful. I thought he was holding a pie, but he's holding a coin. So yeah, somebody is seeing you be like single, self-sufficient, and successful, and they're extremely upset about this. They felt like you needed them, but them getting this reality check that you don't really need them is like very upsetting to this person. The 10 of Earth, like I said, prosperity, security, tradition. You could be like into building your wealth. This person felt like they were the reason that you were successful. Wow. Trying to take the glory right out of God. Let's just try to, there's no way to do that. You cannot extract, when the glory goes to God, the reason that you are successful is because God backs you. This person's trying to take the glory right out of God's hand and put it in theirs. Yeah, King of Water. You're showing up as somebody that's trustworthy and understanding. Somebody that really truly does deeply understand emotions and why other people function in the way that they're functioning. I mean, I do pity this person because I feel like they could have some type. Welcome in, a Cheese Whiz Kid. I feel like this person could be suffering from a mental illness. They need to not, like, it's okay to not be okay as long as we're getting help, but trying to do mental health stuff on your own without a physician or without a therapist is not, I would not recommend that. I would really recommend that this other person seek some type of mental help. That they don't have to go into an institution, but they need to start talking to somebody about, their shadow and why they behave in this manner. This person acts out like a child. The Empress, this is all over you being like your own nurturer. The Empress is somebody that is a creator. She's abundant. She takes action when it's needed. This person could have wanted to take action with you, but the time never seemed right for them. Now they feel like you're going off and having this beautiful life, and that they don't get to be a part of that. They can't attach to it. They can't drain it. They can't have any of that for themselves because you're creating this without them. Well, you're creating your life without them. If they were that important to your journey, this person would be a part of your life right now. But the fact that they're on the outside, always looking in, so they're always going to be in a detached viewpoint, not able to really see things as they actually are. 7 of Fire, challenge, determination, resistance. This person is literally resisting change. They also view you as some type of challenge to overcome. I don't feel like you're a problem. I don't feel like you're doing anything to anybody except for minding your business and making money, taking care of your children, being a nurturer, being a loving guide. I feel like that's the thing that you're doing. I don't feel like you're doing anything that would warrant this type of attention for somebody to be focusing on you with such pessimistic attitude. Ace of Fire, opportunity, creativity, and action. Like I said, you're somebody that's, when you see something that something needs to be done, you don't just sit and wait for somebody else to do it. You actually take action and you complete the task yourself. This is what somebody is. Yeah, a proponent of minding your own business. Exactly. Like, this is somebody that doesn't want you to take action on anything that you see or that you think of. The Moon, this was somebody that was definitely trying to block your intuition. They didn't want you to have, somebody thinks that you use spell work to get abilities. I don't know who told them that, or if they made this up in their own mind, but they're having a revelation, not a revelation. Sorry. They're having a revelation right now that you don't do any spell work to have your abilities. All you are is connected to God, and that's where you get your gifts. And if this person wanted to have the same thing, they could connect to God, but they would have to, do actual work. And this person doesn't want to work. This person doesn't want to work on themselves. They don't want to work on their life. They don't want to work at a job. They just don't want to, they want to reap all the rewards, but they don't want to do any of the work. And I'm sorry, sir, ma'am, but that's unrealistic to the way that life functions in general. If you want to see the success and reap the rewards of hard work, you have to do the work. There is no slavery. There is no, maybe at one point there was slavery, but not now. It's not a thing of this world today. And thank God for that, or thank Abraham Lincoln and God for that. But literally, The answer is no. So this person this person is upset because they're seeing you win. They're seeing you have a family. They're seeing you be abundant. They're seeing you being in a winning season. And they're wondering why they're not winning in the same way, why their family is not growing, why they're being rejected. They're being rejected because of their own pessimistic attitude. This is somebody who's extremely pessimistic. They also like are looking at your success and then trying to add up. They're trying to count your pockets and add up on their own how much you bring in, how much. Like literally this person is a weirdo. This is not even for like any child support or anything. This person's just trying to see, you know, they wanted to be a part of your life in your winning season, and now that they know that they are not going to be a part of your life, they're pissed and they don't want to see you win. All they could do is just look away. They don't want to see you win. They can look away. It says the wheel, luck, progress, change. They did not want the wheel to turn in your favor, for fortune to be reversed, for this luck to change. They felt like by using witchcraft, see, they also thought you were using witchcraft, but you're not. They thought by using witchcraft that they were going to get an upper hand over you or get an advantage over you. And it didn't end up working that way. And so this person's extremely disappointed. They're sick with some type of mental demon. Okay. I don't know. It's a mental demon. And they're being tormented because they know that they could have had a chance with you, but they did something to screw it up. They also know that you mind your own business. That's why you're in the Wheel of Fortune, and that you're not engaging in low vibrational activities such as attacking other people, going to graveyards, planting shit in people's houses. You're not engaged in anything that this person thought that you were engaged in. Like you don't do that stuff. And this person's like, why don't they need to go roll around in the graveyard? First of all, anybody that's rolling around in the graveyard that thinks that they're going to get their wishes granted from a fucking dead person is delusional. Okay. I don't know what they summon up in the graveyard, but it's not really dead people. I don't know what it is. And this person is not a professional at magic. They just literally like find books, and then they study these books, and then they try the magic out, and it always backfires. It's like when you would need to burn the book because the book you're using is not worth shit. It says 3 of water, celebration, community, and friendships. This person could also have been trying to use a community against you or the Bible against you. Like this person could very well say that you're only successful because of something that you do with the Bible or whatever. I don't know what it is. This person has tried to use the Bible against you. They want to know what specific prayers you're praying and what you're specifically asking of God so that they can come in and block it. This is somebody who doesn't want you to see you with friends. They don't want to see people giving to you. They don't want to see celebration. This is somebody that's like, if I can't be a part of your life, then you're not going to have one. No, I think that since God gave me my life, since God gave you your life, you're going to hold on to that and not forfeit it because somebody else feels a certain type of way about you living and being free of them. This is all about being free of their pessimistic ass energy. This is somebody that always brought you down. The 5 of water, they're still to this day still. Oh, like the video when you guys come in to the live stream. If you get on a habit of doing that, it'll really help you guys out. But yeah, this person is still crying over some spilt milk that spilled last fucking July. They're upset that that you slipped through their fingers. They weren't able to get a good hold on you, and they're in regret, and now they want forgiveness. The only reason this person wants forgiveness is because they're not having their way right now. So I don't feel like they're actually sorry. They're just regretting that what they did was not successful. You're receiving justice, which this person could be facing some type of karma that has to do with the justice system. This is fairness, the law, and karma. Whatever this person said you were doing, you were not around to do. So this person looks real stupid. This is somebody that would like dump over all the milk and then blame it on you and then sit there and cry because there's no milk, even though they were the one that actually dumped over the milk. You were nowhere near this person to spill their milk. Okay. So them spilling it that's on them. The Knight of Earth, organized, responsible, and supportive. This person hates that you are responsible. They know that you being organized, clean, responsible, and supportive, that is basically a strength for you. And it keeps this low vibrational energy away from you. It keeps you from losing. This person wants to know what your secret is, but your secret is God. God is the secret. God is the God gets the glory. This person wants the glory for why you're successful. They feel like they're the reason that you're a success or that you're able to do something. I disagree. I don't feel like you were using your gifts and abilities when you were around this person. Thank God for that. Emotions, relationships, and intuition. You knew that if you shined too brightly around this person, that they would want to come in and snuff out your light. So you just didn't either reveal to them that you had abilities, but this person always knew. Like they're always watching and waiting for you to basically do something spiritual or supernatural, and then they were going to pounce on you the moment you did it. King of Air, knowledgeable, objective, and respected. They also know that you are respected, that your partner is respected, your spouse, whoever it is that you're supposed to be with. They know that this is an honorable person, that is somebody that gives to the community, not takes from it. So like I just heard somebody's person could be a philanthropist or a humanitarian. This person feels like they're the reason that you became anything. I think they're delusional. Six of Waters, memories, childhood nostalgia. Just because they remember you from when you were younger doesn't mean that they actually ever knew you when you were younger. And also this person, if they're trying to impersonate you or whatever, they want you to look back on this childhood memory of them being such a supporter. This was a fake friend. Them being there for you. They were never actually there for you. This is why you're over here being in the energy of success by yourself. Four of Fire, prosperity, contentment, and celebration. You're over here playing Twister with your friends, and this person wasn't invited. They weren't invited because they always bring the party down. Renewal, reflection, self-evaluation, and rebirth. This person is so upset that you are having this renewal, that you are being reborn again. And even if you're not a Christian, because I'm not even necessarily speaking about that, but you being reborn again with the Most High God, this person is so upset. When I say so upset, they're crying over spilt milk. Why is this spilt milk? This is spilt milk because this was part of your destiny anyways. You going through the rebirth was going to be what happened from this person's trauma trying to trigger you. You are always going to go through rebirth and heal no matter what. That's why it's spilt milk. Like this was already part of the destiny, is already part of the destiny, is already being fulfilled. And the prophecy is already fulfilled. That's why it's this person being disappointed in that is them crying over spilt milk. Because like I said, this person could be literally trying to bring something that happened between you and them when you were children or in the past. And they're trying to use that as legitimate info to like the spirit realm doesn't care what you went through in the past with this person. Okay. It does not give them the right to attack you now. Point blank, period. And this is what this person's trying to use, something from childhood. Why would you even blame a child and attack them? That's insane. Yeah, Two of Fire. This person wanted you to be sitting there with them. This could be an LGBTQ plus person. Doesn't have to be though. But they could be wanting you to sit there with them and tell them everything that you're planning, to make these plans with them. You're not going to be making plans with them. Your plan to renew your energy and have a rebirth is a personal journey. That's not something that you bring a tag along with you. This person really feels like they should be a part of your planning, your partnering, your progress, and your success. They feel like every time you make $1, they should make $1. No, this person's not been a part of your journey because they are a pessimistic asshole. If they would have been kind to you and treated you like a good person, they would have been a good person to you, then maybe God would have allowed them in your life. But the fact that this person's intentions are sour keeps the milk spoiled, and it keeps them away from you. The high priestess, this person feels like with your high priestess ability, your intuition, your psychic insight, your wisdom, and your patience, and your guidance, and your knowledge, that you should be using this to assist them and to plan a life with them. No. Okay, you're using your ability to help other people and to help yourself. This person already received a lot of help from you when y'all were younger. This could be a distant cousin, an aunt, a nephew, a niece, anything like that, sister or brother. They already received your loving energy. Your intuition, your wisdom, your patience. Beware of somebody wanting you to use your abilities for free or just in a negative way in general. This person literally wants what you have, but they won't do the work because they're lazy. They feel like you are challenging their existence. I think that you're just living your life. I also don't feel like this person's responsible for your success. I feel like God is, and we need to always give God the glory and not even take responsibility for the things that God does in our lives. Because God, I feel like when you were a child and you knew this person, you didn't know how they talked about you when you were not there, but you could feel an energy about them. So you just like you maybe broke away from them. The hermit, you isolated from them because you could tell that something wasn't right with their energy. Your intuition told you that this person was a snake or a bully, and that all they ever wanted was to be their best friend. But to be their best, this person's a narcissist. To be their best friend, you would have to give up on your wishes and dreams and goals. And no, you're not. You didn't. And that's why you're successful. This person's like, well, I was the inspiration that caused them to heal. This is a clout chasing weirdo. No, actually, God was the inspiration to heal. Once again, this person is mistaking themselves for the Most High. Everything that is the Most High's, this person feels like they're entitled to that shit. No, sweetie, sir, ma'am. The two of earth, literally. Since you were children, you have a coworker that talks behind your back and is always comparing what they have to others. Yeah. And you misread her. You thought that she had a heart like mine. Big mistake for sure. Yeah, definitely that energy. This balance, prioritization, and playfulness, you have not lost like the true meaning of life. You know that life is meant to be enjoyed. And if you're feeling any feeling that's other than a good feeling, then that's not natural. The most natural thing is to be playful, to be happy, and to be content. And so it could be just something like drinking more water, making sure you get your electrolytes, that is going to keep this person out of your energy. Yeah, the dreamer, beginning, believing, and protected. Your dream is protected. This person's been attacking you since you were a child. Literally, this energy could jump from person to person, but it's definitely always wanted to, every time you go forward in life, here comes this energy behind some weird ass person trying to pull you back into some bullshit that has nothing to do with you. And you're just like, God, why does this always happen? It's because you're about to level up, or you're getting an upgrade, and this person wants to be upgraded as well, but they won't change their mental status. They won't change the way that they think and the way that they perceive things. Yeah, you are a wise counselor, belonging, learning, and traditions. You are here to counsel other people. And you may literally be of wise counsel, like when it comes to dreams, helping people remember their dreams or understand them, or even your own. And so this person sees you being a wise counsel to others, and they feel like they really screwed up, because if they would have treated you better, maybe you would use your good luck ability on them. Maybe you would help them achieve balance and creativity and stuff like that. But where you're at right now, you just feel like good in your own little world. You feel like, nah, I don't need to compare myself to others. I don't need to worry about what other people think. Especially when you have people like this, I wouldn't worry about what anybody thinks, and just know that what is going to be believed about you is what the Most High God says. People can make a fuss about it, but at the end of the day, the glory goes to God, and it's God that's working through your life. And I do feel like this person likes to compare themselves to you because they knew you. or they knew of you. Yeah, the Seven of Earth. They want this investment and assessment. They want this patience, but they won't be patient. They want this. They want to know what your wisdom and your insight and your guidance and your knowledge has for them, but they won't listen. They won't listen. It's like they want your patience, but they won't be a patient person. So yeah, this person wants to know how you're investing and using your abilities so that they can copy it, or so that they can be a part of it. I mean, this is somebody that wants to sit there and dream with you, but it's not what's for you. What's meant for your destiny is not meant for this person. It would put this person's already neurotic and manic as it is. If they had your abilities, and this person gets such an adrenaline rush when they think about this, if they had what God gave to you, this person feels like they would be on cloud nine. I disagree. This person would be in a lot of trouble if they had your talents. Three of Earth, talent recognition, collaboration. They want to be a part of this collaboration, and they want to take all of the glory out of God and have it be in their life for the reason that you're successful. This is somebody who's always believed that they could control and manipulate other people in their reality. You're over here achieving balance, compromise, self-control, and moderation, while this person is over here dissatisfied in their own. They're unhappy. This person could turn around and look at the ocean and find peace, but the fact that they're sitting there in the sand just dissatisfied, they're unhappy with their own destiny. They feel like that what you do, how you use your gifts to help other people, and how you use your talents to create beautiful things. This person feels discontent that they can't do stuff like that, that they're not creative like that. This person just feels bad because they don't have anything going on spiritually or physically. And they also were using you through a means of gossip and slander. They were using you as a means to balance their life. And now God has ripped your energy from this person. And they're like, what do I do? How do I balance my energy? Well, maybe they should have studied that. Instead of studying how to steal someone's destiny, maybe they should have studied how to balance your own energy. The Two of Water, this person does not want you coming together with another person. They don't want this partnership, commitment, reconciliation to occur. And this doesn't even have to be reconciling with a partner from the past. This could literally be a love offer that's coming in the present. They are like afraid that if you reconcile with someone, I hope this is not this nasty ass feminine lady that is like always trying to keep somebody from being with somebody they don't even want to be with. Come on with this shit already. This person needs to wake up and realize the truth of the matter is you want nothing to do with their disgusting man. You threw this man away because he was like a piece of shit. Like taking an ex back is taking shit that you've already crapped out and putting it back up your ass. Who's willing to do that? Nobody's willing to do that. Like this person wants you to be willing to do that, but literally, they don't want you coming together with somebody over them. They want you coming together with them. They're a freaking weirdo. Somebody that's just extremely self-centered. Very competitive. The Knight of Water, they don't want you coming together with this person, or they don't want you coming together with this person, or this person coming together with you. I guess that's the other way to say it. Romantic, emotional, dramatic. They don't want, and this could very, like I said, this could very well be a love partner, love union that you don't even want, but this person thinks that you want this person. No. I don't know how many times you're going to have to state out loud. You don't really have to state anything out loud, but I'm just going to tell, if there is any hoe doing this shit to me, I don't want no ex of mine. I don't want your person. I don't want anybody that belongs to somebody else. Okay. First of all, and I don't want anybody that's ruined or tainted either. I don't want nobody's man. Okay. Or what they perceive to be their man. No. I don't feel like you want this person's man. But this person's man could want you. That's the bad part. It's like they're always trying to include you in conversations where you don't belong or where your energy shouldn't be. Yeah, this Two of Air, indecision, avoidance, and confusion. This person's very confused. Exactly. Exes are exes for a reason. They really are. They really are. And you never know if people have even changed or grown. So it's like they'll say that they are a certain way, but they could still be the same losing person that they were before. This person feels like moon magic solves everything. I don't feel like it does. I really feel like it messes things up more than it causes anything to go right. The ego. This person is literally stuck in an illusion. They're dependent on somebody else's energy and they're very materialistic. So they're comparing material items like what type of car you have, what type of house you live in. How would they know this shit? I feel like they stalk you on the internet. But yeah, they're comparing physical items like what you have to what they have, and they feel like that means something. This person could be satanic. They could literally belong to like a satanic temple. They believe that tags have some type of ulterior meaning or some shit like that. And I feel like you're not a vain person. This person's extremely vain. They were always vain as a child. They could have always taken your toys away if you knew this person as a child. If you've met them recently, they want to take your toys away. It's just that same energy. The 10 of water, you have a family, love and blessings. 2 dogs, a wife, a husband, children. This happy family is part of your destiny. I don't know why this person thought that they were going to be the ruling factor of you having a family or getting together with someone. But this person does not want you to have children with this person. This person's got, they can't mind their own business itis. Overworked, stressed, imbalanced. They're imbalanced. They see you being able to balance your energy by being a normal person as some type of threat. The fact that you can bring balance and that you can bring success to yourself is something that this person has never figured out. Again, they've been trapped in their ego, stuck in the lower vibrational way of thinking. You have since broken free of your ego. I can tell you guys that definitely. You're looking at things through a more spiritual lens than you were before. You're also, got courage, compassion, and perseverance with this strength. This is like a strong union, strong bond, strong relationship. I also feel like this person is like overstressed and overworked and imbalanced because they I don't know, they've done some type of moon magic to alter their psyche in some type of way. So they're not able to comprehend spiritual subjects. Thank you so much, Saren. No, I do not use fucking black magic. And I'm warning you guys, this person that uses the moon and shit like that has caused their own mental disability. They've literally disabled themselves mentally and spiritually by going up under the moon and doing this dumb shit. So yeah, I would never use black magic because my abilities show me that every single time it does not get you what you want. Why even do it then? I don't feel like God has ever given me the permission to go attack somebody else. And that's why I don't practice that shit. Because first of all, it's weak as fuck. Secondly, it's pointless. And third of all, it can condemn and damn somebody to having a shit life and being cursed the rest of their existence. I don't play with shit like that. But I will help people get free of it, but I will not create that shit. It's like, and I would suggest that you guys do not ever do black magic because again, you don't know, especially if you don't have gifts and abilities to tell you. I mean, just don't do it in general. Even if you think you know who somebody's spiritual team is, are you ready to face that? Because the thing is like there is still spiritual law. Creating an injustice is still creating an injustice. No, this is not witchcraft. And you're about to piss me off. I'm about to get rid of you. This is not witchcraft. You obviously don't know what witchcraft is if you think that me using my gifts to read cards is witchcraft. That's some stupid shit right there. Anyways, abundance, opportunity, and resources. Somebody's definitely, thank you. Somebody is definitely jealous of this success. It's like financial success. People will do anything for the love of money. I swear to God. It's like always for the love of money or the love of some man. These women, why would anybody want love that's forced with magic? I don't want anybody's love that doesn't just normally naturally like me or care about me. And like my spirituality is very organic, but this person, they feel like they're spiritual because they have esoteric secrets and occult knowledge, but it's not actually benefiting them. Like they can know as many spells as they want, but as far as them being able to put this on you or cast them on you, it's a no. It's always been a no. This person could be forced to think about why they were so stuck in their ego on you, why they allowed the spirit of jealousy or envy or greed or lust or materialism to take over their physical body and cause them to literally try to sabotage something for you. This person knows that they don't have the energy or the power to do anything to you. They know that they know that. But they still feel like if they can use your own power against you, then you'll sabotage yourself. And maybe this person is used to doing that and getting a reaction, but literally I would not give this person any energy. They're not worthy of a reaction. Yeah, they want something to work super fast. I swear this person's like, hurry up, just do it now. Okay. It's like, no. The 8 of fire, speed, activity, and multitasking. This person is not a multitasker. They are not somebody that is mentally balanced. And I feel like the fact that they stay up all night stressing about you and trying to do spells on you while you sleep is the reason that they're insane. I feel like they have mental problems because of the shit that they're doing. I don't feel like you have a mental disorder. I feel like this person does. And the mental disorder could be the witchcraft. This person thinking that they're going to wave a wand and then wake up the next day as you is delusional. I mean, we all know that destiny swapping was a thing, but that doesn't mean that, like, I'm going to tell you right now that God is not stupid. God knows who God gave the gift to. God knows who the blessing go to. God knows who the chosen one is. There is no confusion. This person doesn't have a real relationship with God, so they're trying to misinterpret yours. And it's like you do actually have a connection. The 5 of air, mistakes, melodrama, reassessment. This person is definitely wanting to reassess what they did wrong and why they're not a part of your life now. What they did wrong was their intention. It was always to do something to stop you from being in the limelight or being loved by God. Like, okay, you're going to try to stop God from loving somebody? Go ahead. This person will be attempting to do this for the rest of their lives. 7 of water, choices, over analyzing, and procrastination. So this person, there's that angel number 444 I was talking about at the beginning. This person feels like 444 is a number of protection, first of all. This person feels like you were given so many choices. They're like over analyzing every opportunity they feel that you've gotten over them. And I don't feel like you were chosen over this person. I feel like you're just chosen and you're anointed in a specific type of way, just like how I'm anointed to do this, to read cards. Other people are anointed to do things too within their own skill set. This person wants your anointing, but they would not be happy with the amount of work that it takes to upkeep your anointing. Like this person would have to stop breaking universal law and spiritual law and stop trying to harm and hurt other people. Anytime you hurt somebody else, you actually hurt yourself. Yeah, Page of Fire. They know that you've always been this fiery, creative energy that's enthusiastic and motivated. And this is why you're successful. I mean, if they just copied those qualities and tried to become successful in their own way, I feel like this person's got children that they don't take care of their children. Their energy is extremely nauseating. If you start to get nauseated all of a sudden, it's because this person keeps trying to use the moon to tap into your energy. I would just say, nope. I do not give you consent to tap into my energy, to read my energy, to pull cards on me, to draw energy from me. I don't give this person consent to be in my energy. And I don't give them consent to mess with my destiny. Continually rebuke this person in the name of Jesus or the name of the Most High God, whichever one you feel comfortable with. But yeah, I really feel like this person messed up coming for you because they thought that you were going to be an easy takedown, that this was going to be super easy. The Knight of Air, intellectual, determined, and motivated. They didn't understand that your motivation comes from God. This is like God giving you, this is like, okay, I'm going to use this as an example because this is just the one I can think of. So God tells me to deliver messages to people, to read the energy and to help people find their way back into themselves where God is with it, which is within. That's what God has instructed me to do. This person feels like whatever God has instructed you to do, just like what I've been instructed to do, this person feels like they were instructed to do the same thing, but they never actually were. This person's not anointed. Their path is quite different than yours, but they see you successful in your divine life purpose, getting what you want, and then they want that success and that you getting what you want aspect, but they're looking at yours and trying to do what you do because they don't know what theirs is. This person has turned down their own destiny. They don't like their own children. They don't like their ex. This person's a just very dissatisfied person in life. And it's because, you work to bring up people to help them get back up after they fall. This person works to knock people down. That's the difference between the both of you, is that this person destroys shit, you create shit. And yeah, you want your friends to be successful and enjoy the blessings of God. Of course, we want everybody to be successful and enjoy the blessings of God. But will they choose that for themselves? That's something that we as humans can't control. Is what somebody else is going to do, with the same information. And like I said, how you are somebody that takes action towards your goals, this person is somebody who procrastinates. This Ace of Air, you see how there's an angel there guiding this child. I feel like inspiration, communication, and adjustment. I feel like you have always been listening to spirit, always been letting spirit adjust your path, and always been following the divine. And that's why you're on the road that you're on. This person doesn't understand that concept because they have only had experiences with their own ego. Like this person has never heard, like this person is like even wanting, they want stuff, but they feel like they have to do moon magic to get it. You do not have to, you're either born gifted or you're not. If you have to become possessed by a demon or do devilment or moon magic to get an ability, then you don't really have an ability. This person doesn't really have an ability. What they thought their ability was mostly siphoned off of your energy. They see you over here with your ships coming in, your goals and your vision, like literally your ships are coming in. You're going to go through this transformation. It's definitely a renewal of your energy. And this person is pissed because they've been kicked out. They definitely had some type of strategy of how they were going to ride your back into heaven, not even realizing that God commanded you to do something. This person wants you to stop living in your destiny so that they can do it. This person doesn't understand that you cannot go and tell God no. You're not going to go tell God no because this person wants to do what you do. They need to grow up, okay, and do what God told them to do, which is clean this house, take care of these children, and work on healing the ego and work on the shadow side, like literally, and stop trying to nitpick you and your destiny when this person's destiny is shit. And it's only because that's what they've done to themselves, literally. And it's not your job to save this person. They may want you to. This person literally, that could be part of their plan, is to make you feel like you need to save them. You couldn't save this person. You can't go inside this person's head and think every thought for them. This person needs to decide for themselves who they want to be, and they need to stop trying to take part of your personality and wear it. Like this person needs to be whoever they are. Because whoever they are, if they would be their true authentic selves, maybe they would get some authentic love from somebody. But them being a wannabe weirdo, like copycat freak, that's that's not getting respect from anybody. The star, they just want to be the star. Literally, they want to be the star. They want to be the water bearer, the person that sings the gospels and the praises and all that. This person could be part of, like, I don't know, a prayer group or some type of form of religion, and they could be judging you, and basically that judging you is judging God. God's the one that set you on the path you're on. It's nobody's business other than the Most High God's when it comes to you and what you do. It's not this person's business to get involved. And if they feel like you're doing something so wrong, by you being an inspiration, helping other people fulfill their wishes and being somebody that inspires faith in others, if they feel like that's so wrong, they need to take it up with the Most High God and the Holy Spirit, the ones that have told you to do this. Instead of trying to come to you on the physical realm is the stupidest thing that they could do. This Page of Water energy, they're freaking seriously, like, they know that you're a sensitive, open-hearted, intuitive person. They know that. They know that you can also pick up on their intentions. What they don't know is the fact that you are the sun. You hold that energy, which means success, recognition, and enthusiasm. You have to have enthusiasm and passion to get your message to others and to even channel the shit. This person feels like they're going to go into the spirit and complain to God that you've done something wrong, and then that everybody's going to collaborate together to stop you. No, this person is going to go into the spirit and not be listened to like everything else in their life. Nobody listens to this person because they're a fool. Yeah, Four of Earth. This person could be like protesting that you, another one with the 4-4, 44 right there. This person could be the 4-4-4 and 44 is all protective energy. This person could literally be saying that you're frugal, you spend too much money, you're extravagant, and that you can't control your finances. Whose fucking business is that? I don't care if you were to spend your money on prostitutes and substances. It's still, at the end of the day, your money that you're earning. It's not this person's shit. So it's not their destiny. It's your destiny to be successful and have a luxurious life. That's what God has written for you. It's not this person's destiny. They don't need to worry about that. The Four of Air, you're over here recuperating, doing meditation, contemplating about life, knowing that you're going to move forward. Moving forward, knowing that you are a spiritually and physically wealthy person. You're always going to deal with people that have less than you, that think that they should have more. Yeah, the Queen of Fire, intelligent, exuberant, and determined. If this person would be as determined as they are about your life, if they would put that determination into their own life, maybe they would get out of the pit that they're in. The Eight of Water, searching, empowerment, and fulfillment. The reason you're winning is because you went on this path to enlightenment, searching for the answers. Somebody that never asks questions, that never questions shit, like that just takes things, like, don't be a complacent lemming. I know that the whole thing about lemmings is not real, but don't just follow other people just to follow other people. If you follow God, you'll actually be led somewhere. If you follow humans, you're going to be led in a circle. And that's why my advice is always going to be for you to use your best discernment, to go within and tap into the gifts that God gave you and to use those and bring that life force out of you. You know, this person is stuck in the Five of Fire. They can't choose between conflict. This person can't choose if they love you or if they hate you. They're super annoyed because they are not able to compete with you for some shit that is never going to be theirs. Okay. They can compete all they want, but God is not going to allow this person to sit on your throne. Yeah, this person, you telling them no is causing them to go through a spiritual awakening, and they're blaming you for that. They're blaming you because they have to wake up, that they have to realize that they are not you, and then they have to do something to, show God that they're going to put a higher power before their own wants and desires. And some people are not willing to do that, and that's fine. But they should not be, this person should not be expecting the same type of results when, like I said, this person thought that you did witchcraft. You do not do witchcraft. Like I said, again, people that use herbs and their spiritual abilities for the better is not witchcraft. Those people are healers. People that use their spiritual abilities to hurt other people, those people are witches. That's the way that I think of it. The Page of Air, truthful, analytical, and outspoken. Don't be afraid to speak your truth just because somebody doesn't want to hear it. There's going to be lots of people that are not ready to hear your message, but the ones that are will find you, and they will hear the message, and they will understand it. Release, it says endings, transformation, and freedoms. You had to release this person so that you could move up in life. You had to release this person so that you could be successful. The Nine of Earth, contentment, luxury, independence. See this older woman, how she is like living in her garden with her money tree right there. That is going to be you. That's like this person needs to let go of your destiny, of your inheritance, of your life. They need to get a grip on their own. You don't need this person, and that's why they're so insecure, is because you can function without them. This person's stuck in the Eight of Air. They're restricted. This person could be going to jail for something that they did. Self-doubt, confusion, free will. This person tried to bend your free will to their bullshit, and it didn't work. Now they're in the Tower for it, having a realization, a life change. You know, you're being liberated from this person being in your energy. And it was never their business. They're in the Three of Air right now. Like their angels are trying to tell them that they could be loved too, the same way that God loves you, if they would just do the right thing. But doing the right thing is too hard for this person. Like I said, they feel like everything is too hard. This is somebody that sends their kid. They feel like just washing a dish or freaking making a meal for their children. It's too hard. They got to send their child to somebody else. And maybe this person has a career, but nobody told this person to go have a bunch of children with somebody. This person's in sorrow, wanting forgiveness, needing healing, and they're the ones that are in the Tower. They should have never tried to cause a tower for you when you're innocent. Seven of Air, awareness, caution, consequences. And there is no hoodoo, voodoo magic that works with cards. I don't fucking know where people get this shit from. It's got to be TV. I swear to God, these people have got to get these ideas from either their delusional minds or from seeing some shit on TV. But yeah, the Seven of Air, you're aware, you are cautious with your abilities, and you know the consequences. This person, where is this person? This adult should be watching these children straight up. Why are the angels watching these children? I feel like this person's a bad parent. The Six of Earth, charity, generosity, and windfall. This is why God is giving you the money, the wealth, because you're charitable. You'll share it with other people. You'll do what God tells you to do with it. You will do with it. And so your investments will never be in vain. This person has invested a lot of time and energy into being someone that they're not, that they've forgotten who they are and where they come from. That they've always had a humble beginning. This person wanted to become a privileged lady without having any privilege. Queen of Air, brilliant, experienced, humorous. You definitely, I don't know why she looked like Selena Gomez in the face right there, that card. But this could very well literally be an offshoot of the situation that Selena is going through, dealing with a destiny thief called Hailey Bieber. And if you know about it, you know about it. But yeah, she copies everything that Selena does, and it's scary. Like literally, she frightens me. That type of person that has like literally, she's like open about it too. I watched a video of her pulling a bunch of phones out of her purse, and she's like, this is what I used to stalk people on the internet, just like all crazy as fuck, all crazy as hell. Just straight up comes out there with it. And this is a potion I got from a witch to keep somebody in love with me and all this weird shit. Who would even say something bizarre like that? I mean, I would be so ashamed. But her family doesn't care, obviously. They took her to see the witch for her birthday. But whatever. This is literally somebody that feels like because they went to go see a witch or a seer that they should have their wish granted. This person forgot that God is the ultimate law. Page of Earth, studious, prepared, and cheerful. Literally, this person knows that you had to study, you had to be prepared, and you had to be optimistic to get where you're at. And so that's where they're like literally missing steps. The 10 of air, they are experiencing endings, recovery. But this ending, her finally, or him, or they, whoever, sir, ma'am, whoever this person is, them realizing that they're not going to have your destiny, it's not meant for them, is causing them to be really sad because there was no reason to compete and there was really no competition because this person could never compete where they don't compare, and they're finally understanding that. So hopefully they'll be able to let go of this delusion. This person wants to be a loving, gifted, giving, psychic person as well, but they don't have the abilities. The abilities that you have would kill this person. That's why people need to understand that they're not somebody else. People need to stop thinking that they can control relationships, people, places, and things. Emotions and choices. These people are, I'm doing good. How are you? These people are literally forgetting that God is the one backing you. They're forgetting that. The Queen of Earth. This is because you're humble, practical, and capable. I feel like this person wants you to be like looking cheap or something. Not having resources. This person wants you to come crawling back on your belly to them to ask them for some shit, that you don't need anything from anybody else. Everything you need, you already have within yourself. And I'm just here to remind you of that. But yeah, you don't need this person. The world needs you, though. The world needs you, light worker. The world needs you. Literally, this Chariot energy is fast moving energy. This is because literally your willpower is so much stronger than this other person's. They don't have willpower or won't power. This Knight of Fire, confident, passionate, adventurous. You have to be adventurous to go on this adventure called life. You're also the Magician, which this is a natural thing. Like I said, it's part of your abilities, manifestation, empowerment, and preparedness. You could use like affirmations to manifest. This person wants to know what specific prayers, what specific affirmations you're using to create your abilities. They don't understand that you were born with the gifts. Like I spent my entire childhood not connecting with people because I didn't like people. I would rather hang out with the fairies in the backyard. Literally, this person's got at least 2 or 3 children. 6 of Fire, success, recognition, and self-esteem. This person definitely just did not want you to have good self-esteem. And they know that, that you're being supported by God. They're living, look at this. This 5 of Earth, this person is living and acting from a place of lack, worry, and assistance. They're blaming the world and not assisting them. But I feel like the world's not going to assist them, especially when it comes to assisting them to do what? This person wants everything that your education focus and the details of your life. This person wants to know everything about you. If God wanted this person to know everything about you, this person would know everything about you. But the fact that God doesn't want them to know is a good sign, and this is why they don't know. This is why this person is very confused to find out that you're not doing witchcraft to have psychic powers, that you're not doing moon magic. Like this person doesn't have no psychic powers and they've done the moon magic. So I can tell you right now that it doesn't work. This black magic shit. It may work on people who are asleep in the matrix, who don't know that their higher self is God, that don't know that we're all one, that doesn't understand the mechanisms of spirit. It may work on somebody like that. But again, everything always has a tendency to catch up with you one way or another. So, you might as well be putting good out there and you'll be good and good back. And this person is very pessimistic mentally. I feel like they have some type of attachment. And it is a spiritual attachment, but they were the ones playing around in the graveyard being weirdos. Like I said, anybody that thinks that they're going to have a experience from the graveyard. I'm sorry, but I don't believe in that shit. I do not believe in this black magic bullshit. One, because it's not more powerful than God, and two, because all it is some form of using occult secrets to like manipulate others. You were born like this. Exactly. Lady Gaga song. Ran from it. Yeah. But still, even if you wanted to reject your gifts and abilities, they would not go away from you. You know, we can even try to repress things within ourselves, but eventually they will come back to the surface. So yeah. I feel like you definitely know who this person is or know who they were. We're going to do some of the cat calls and then I'll let you guys go. I will listen to my favorite music all day long. Let you listening. Yeah. 555 followed you everywhere, made itself known. Wow. You could be listening to music all day long. That could really, really help you, especially if you're listening to like binaural beats. I am the author of my own life. Remind yourself anytime that you feel like somebody is messing with your energy, like you can only give people permission or not permission, which is why I say I don't give this person consent to do anything when it comes to your life. You are the author of your own life. You're the one that's written your story and you're the one that's going to dictate the outcome. It will not be anybody else but you and the Most High God. And God has already written you into the book of life to be successful, wealthy, healthy, happy, and pure. Give your best today and you won't regret tomorrow. As long as you always try your best, that's all you can really ask for yourself, is to try your best to be a little bit better today than you were yesterday. Yeah, good. You are communicating with your guides through music. That's awesome. Yeah, anytime you guys get a song that keeps going like through your mind over and over again, I would look up the lyrics and then read the song, because you're going to find so many like Easter eggs of information and knowledge within that song. And interpreting the words that go on repeat, like especially if you can't get it out of your head, there could be a lot of the times angels will send songs to you and it'll be like you hearing them in your head or you singing them. And you could be really drawn to a certain song. It does not matter how slowly you go, just as long as you do not stop. See, this person tried to make you stop doing something so that they could step up and do it. This person was never called to do it. God never called them to do anything like this. So that's why, stay curious, learn something new today. People don't realize that with being a light worker, there comes darkness, that there's a lot of shit that people are not going to want to have to go through, that light workers have to go through. And it's just truth, Yeah, heal through music and you wake up with a song stuck in your head. I have had that happen too, where I'm singing it in the dream state and then I wake up and I'm like, oh my gosh, this song's going through my head. But yeah. Look at this. Says, yes, you can. Anybody that says, no, you can't do something, or, oh, that's of the devil, we'll let God speak for God's self. And I'm not talking about through the Bible, okay? But we're going to let God do the talking. Anything that God has told you to do and commanded you to do, people need to understand that God is going to put light worker chosen people in LGBTQ plus situations. Because God wants, we are beacons of hope to other people. God wants us in every line of work so that we can draw people back to God. That's the whole point. So it's like people thinking that, I could understand people thinking all tarot readers are bad or that they're magic or whatever. I don't know. But literally, like I said, if God commands you to go somewhere and do something and you don't do it, you never want to find out why God was telling you to do something, because there's always a reason. You know what I mean? Yesterday was Madonna Frozen. Oh, wow. Yeah. Let's do this. Literally taking action. This person wanted you to be afraid to take action without them. I feel like love yourself today and you will have a better tomorrow. Point blank, period. Witchcraft does not work on people that love themselves. I'm going to let you know a big secret about spell work and witchcraft and all that stuff. People can use witchcraft on people who are don't love themselves, who are asleep in the matrix, who don't know they have a higher self. And specifically, witchcraft works the best on people who do not believe in it. If you don't believe in it, then you're never going to be looking to see if it's there. And that's kind of why witches do not want y'all to believe in magic. They don't want you to believe in witchcraft, because then you'll look for it and you'll find it, and then you could potentially send it back to them, which would take them out. So they want to keep everyone asleep, unaware, unawakened to the truth, so that they can continue to get one over on people. But the moment that you realize that, okay, there is energetic manipulation does occur, whether I'm engaging in it or not, doesn't really change the fact that it does happen. The moment that you know about it, then you're going to, if something were to go wrong that would be out of the ordinary, like you were to get 3 flat tires in a row, anything that comes in threes is a hex. Most of the time, it's a hex. So then you would be like, okay, God, is there something on me? Is there a hex going on? Is there something that needs to be broken? And then the moment that you start praying, fasting, and going within and meditating and stuff, you're going to break free of that lower vibrational spell work. And then you'll be like, oh shit, yeah, I was under a spell. And now I'm not. And so when you feel that energy ever again, then you'll be like, okay, now I know just I need to go within, check myself, make sure it's not something that I'm creating, like with thoughts and beliefs, and then, see if there is an energy there. But people who are unaware and are asleep to the fact that this stuff goes on, they will never check for it. And so they could pass away from it. Whatever happens today, don't worry, it's going to be okay. And like, I will say that the evil eye curse is one of, I don't know how it's done, but I do know that it's one of the most destructive ones, because it's somebody that's staring at you through the lens of envy or jealousy. And like, it's in every culture, and it's one of the oldest things, because envy and jealousy is a real thing. And so people that go about doing things like getting amulets and stuff like that, charging them in the sun, people that will actually do something to remove the evil eye or get rid of it, like witches and warlocks, don't want to attack. They don't want to spend their time attacking somebody that can cleanse the shit off of them. Wow, you learned in your dreams last night, bringing the spark that ignites others. I love that. You were born today during a waxing crescent moon phase. I love that. Yeah. My gosh, absolutely. That's why it's light worker. It's because the work that you're doing is igniting that flame in other people. When you start to reflect God's light, other people will see that, and they'll start to reflect it as well. That's why people don't want Christ consciousness. They don't want, it's not that Jesus is going to come back in a physical fucking body. I do not believe that. But I do believe that Christ's consciousness, his consciousness, the way that he loved others, I do feel like that is going to come back through a bunch of millions of people. And that's going to be, the Christ consciousness shift that occurs. That'll be the returning of Jesus, because it'll be Jesus coming back through each and every person. And so that's what these reptilians, these negative people, they don't want. And that type of enlightenment to happen, because then Jesus would come back, and Jesus would come back a lot more powerful, being that acting, driving force of consciousness behind every person, than just being one person that were to come back. It says small steps every day, literally choosing those small steps and then taking action on them. Anytime that you take action on the information that you receive from spirit, it's going to get you good benefits. The question isn't who's going to let you. Again, nobody has the authority to say what you can do and what you cannot do. Only you can say that for yourself. The only one that has the authority over you is God. But besides that, you have authority in your own life. And these people don't have any power. They don't have your power. No one is you, and that is your superpower. You guys are unique beings. Literally, no one is you. And that's why writing in your journals, writing your dreams down, all of your unique experiences can be brought together to help somebody else learn and grow. I am naturally charming. People like you. If you feel not liked, please know that that is a delusion. You guys are actually adored by God. And it's like when God's got your back, who cares who's against you? God is for you. This is like when God told Moses to go into the land of milk and honey, and Moses's people went in there and was like, yo, we saw giants, like giants. We can't go in there. And God's like, okay, I guess I'll wait for another generation to do it then. But literally, if God is for you, it doesn't matter if 1,000 giants are against you or 100,000. God is for you, just like David and Goliath. You know, God was for David. That's why Goliath went down. So it's like they could get their strongest witch, they could get their strongest warlock, they could get their a giant to come for you. But when God is for you, it doesn't matter what comes up against you. They'll never win. I've never ever seen God lose. Leave a little sparkle wherever you go. Like I said, being that igniting light in other people's lives, you're much stronger than you think. Sometimes you don't know your own stamina until you test it. That could be like literally, physically, but also spiritually. Be bright, be brave, and be you. Yes, you are loved. My self-care is a priority in your life. And this person was mainly upset because you put self-care and you put God before them. This person wanted to be the God in your life. No. You were born to be awesome. Like I said, you were born this way. I was born this way. I was born gifted. I've had these abilities since I was a child. I was always talking to fairies. Never wanted to interact with people. I liked animals much better than people, and I still possibly do. But you know, I do adore other light workers, and I do adore people who are trying to do their best. And all you can do is try to be a better version today of yourself than you were yesterday. But yeah, yes, no fear here. Seriously, fear, false evidence appearing real. That's such a good thing to remind yourself, because we could give into our fears. And literally, that's what this person wants, is you to be afraid, but you don't need to fear anything when you have God with you. And God's within you, but that power emanates from you and from your being. All right, you guys, thank you for making it to the ending of this reading. Know that God loves you. Know that I love you. Until the next reading, peace be with you. Please like this video, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and all that good stuff. You healed a bird at 6, exactly, and freaked your parents out. Yeah, they didn't handle it well. Wow. Yeah, forgive them. Exactly. If you guys have been through experiences where you've been rejected because of your abilities, just forgive them. Because literally, what people forgive them, because they didn't understand. They didn't know. And it's not your job to teach them, but they will know. They will understand. It'll be through your guys' testimonies that other people come to know that God is real also. Okay, you guys, I'm giving you air hugs and lots of support. Until the next reading, peace be with you. You guys have a wonderful day. Know that this person has lost and you have won. Even though there wasn't anything to win and it wasn't a competition, you still have won because you're successful and this person has not had a victory over you. So yay. All right, I'll see you guys in the next reading. Bye.